Yo, what is up, everyone? Today I want to talk about the power of letting go. I've been journaling a lot this morning. Sorry, been journaling a lot this morning, and I generally believe it's such a great habit that any man should be implementing in their routine. It's so powerful because it helps you become aware of your thoughts. It helps you become aware of your belief, and it's a great way to do the work on yourself. Because working on yourself, guys, is the path. Is the path for a better life. If you want to improve the quality of your life, you don't need more things. You just need to become more self-aware. Because when you're self-aware, you start learning about your emotions. You start learning about why you feel in a certain way, why you act and behave in a certain way. And sometimes those actions and behaviors, they produce certain outcome that we don't really want them. And we stay stuck in this loop of those mechanical mental patterns that we just simply cannot break. And that's why self-awareness is, in my opinion, one of the greatest habits for men. Women too if you want, but guys, the reason I'm making this video today is because, as I say, I want to talk about letting go. Like, first of all, I just want you to enjoy the background. We are in Bali, Sisi beach. And, just staying in front of the ocean, having the ocean in the background, for me, it's a fantastic way to just be connected with the present. And also, that's what self-awareness is about. It's just about just staying still, be connected with yourself, with the moments, the nature, your thoughts. And, as I said, I don't want to deviate too much from the topic of this video, which is about letting go. And that's something I had to experience last week, actually. And we've all been through a certain type of situation where we meet people and then we just emotionally connected in the moments. Can be with friends, can be with male friends, can be with a girl you met, and you just vibe so much in the moments, and you start enjoying more and more time with that person. And now your mind makes you believe that you're becoming emotionally dependent on that person. Like, we've been there. How many of you guys like to go out with friends because you feel in a certain way? So you have delegated your emotions, your feeling to a group of people or to a certain person. And that is the scariest and most dangerous place to be as a man. Delegating your feelings to external events, to people, to factors that are not within your control. It's so fucking dangerous. And for men, I feel like not a lot of people are talking about it. But even for men, it can be hard to let go. Why is that? Is because we all emotionally driven creatures. We like to feel good. We like to feel in a certain way. That's why people, they have dependence. That's why people, they engage in a relationship because of the way the relationship makes them feel. And relationship is about connecting with a person. So if you become dependent on someone to feel in a certain way, well, when that person is not there anymore, how are you gonna feel? And it's also about setting expectation with people. Like, I had a situation a few weeks ago where, I genuinely connected with a person. That was a woman. We connected at first, and my mind started creating those, possibilities in the future. Me and the person being together, enjoying time, just having fun together, right? I mean, every man has dream or is dreaming about it. This is normal. There's nothing wrong about it. But the problem is when the person starts to behave and act in a way that you were not expecting, that just triggers some anxiety in your brain. Because if the person is not acting and behave the way you want, hence you're not experiencing the feeling that you were expecting to get from that person. Does it make sense? And when the person start to just pull away, now your mind start to go crazy. Because your mind is craving power, the mind is craving control. And the fact that you don't have fully control on that person's behavior and actions just gives you that feeling that you are weak, that you are powerless. And I've seen that many times. Even with myself, I had to catch myself. I was like, why do I feel in a certain way? If the person doesn't want to act and behave the way I want, why I should delegate my feelings to that person? Why I should be acting in this way? It doesn't make any sense when you think about it. And that's why I said it's dangerous, because now when we're not getting what we want from the other person, well, we're just in a lower vibration. And the mind starts to create 1,000 scenarios for the future. What if this person doesn't do this? What I've did wrong? And you start feeling that you are the problem. Whereas in fact, at the end of the day, you just have zero control on people's behaviors and actions. And ironically, we just want to control everything. We just want to predict everything, because the mind doesn't like when things are not certain. It likes guarantee. When things are not clear, your mind cannot go quiet. And for your mind to be more calm, it wants certainty. And the best way to have certainty is by control. But if you cannot control someone's behaviors and action, then you cannot have certainty on how the relation is going to unfold with that person. And eventually when the person is pulling back, which happened, the person completely emotionally switch off and we're not in communication again. And to be honest, the pill was hard to swallow at first, but then I had to take a step back. I had to take a step back and just go deeper, do the inner work, and understand why I'm feeling this way. Well, that's because my expectations toward a certain person were just very high. You cannot expect more from people because you have no control over people's actions and behavior. Doesn't matter how you emotionally connect with someone, how you like the person, you still don't have this power to control them. And if they want to go away from your life, just let it be. Just let them go. Don't force things that you are no control on. And that's why I say it's hard, because your mind is craving power and control. But no matter how powerful and strong you can feel as a man, there are things that you have to accept. They are not within your control. And sometimes the best move is not to force things your way, but just to let go. You cannot change people. You cannot expect more from people, but you can demand more from yourself. And if your mind is craving power and control, well, I have you ask yourself, how can I give my mind that feeling of power, that feeling of control? Everything will always come down to yourself. You, your thoughts, your actions are the only thing where you have full control on, 100% control on. You can choose how to behave tomorrow. You can choose what actions you're going to take in the next hour. You can choose the thought that you want to have. I know there's many thoughts going in your mind at the same time, but don't identify yourself with the first thoughts. Choose the second one. You have control over it. You have control over yourself. And the best way to be more in control of yourself is by becoming self-aware. That, my friend, is your tool. That's going to completely change your life. And you know what? When you become self-aware, you just understand like why you feel this way. And sometimes you just have emotional blocks inside of you from the past. You have like, that your mind just projecting fear in the future, fear that you're going to be alone, fear that you're not gonna be feeling good again because the person is not there anymore. But your mind is lying to you. In fact, the more self-aware you become, the more at peace you're going to be with yourself. And inner peace, guys, is the ultimate state for a man. It's flow state. Because you are in the present moment. Nothing can bother you if you're not anxious or worried about the future. As long as you bring your awareness to now. Because now is only what you have. With the now, you can choose to act and behave the way you want. And as long as you act and behave the way you want, you still have the form of control that you're looking for. From building yourself. That's why following a set of non-negotiable habits, having a certain routine in place for us, men, is so critical. You need to do the work 360 degrees, the mindset, the physical work, because that's how you grow. And don't believe that there's going to be a certain destination. No, it's an everyday work, right? Because again, you have to understand like why you behave and why you feel in a certain way. And the whole point of becoming self-aware is understand like to what factors or to which person are you delegating your feelings. And ask yourself, if that person makes me feel this way, well, how can I feel this way myself? How can I create the feeling and that emotions that I was ultimately looking outside of me? Because you're gonna realize soon enough that all of the answers you're looking for are within you. And all of the feeling that you want to experience, well, you can just generate them from growth. Growth. Building yourself, building your mindset, building your physique. Because when you have all of your focus on yourself, now you make your mind understand that, hey, I don't have control on external events. I cannot predict how people are going to behave. I can maybe influence the way they act, yes, but yet it's not a form of full control. You are the one thing that you have full control on. And that's why you should be focusing on you. Because by focusing on you now, you have more certainty. Things are more predictable, especially when it comes to physique and fitness. That's what I love about it. It's so predictable. Your outputs are going to be a reflection of your inputs. And as long as you do what it takes every day, you do the work, the physical work, the inner work, where you can predict with a high level of accuracy the way you're gonna feel. And hence, you stop being dependent on people, on factors, substances, whatever you feel you are addicted to. That's it, guys. You have to let go. It's hard. It was hard a bit for me, like to swallow the pill, but it is what it is. It's not the first time, like I've experienced it. But again, I just have to live outside of my head and not try to understand why people are behaving in a certain way. Just have to say, okay, good luck. It is what it is. Move on. What is the next focus? And the next focus is always you. Guys, build yourself. Build yourself. If someone is going to enter your life, that person will come on God's timing. What you think is right for you might not be the right things for you. Only God's know. But you have to trust it. You have to give it time. You have to let go. You have to focus on now. You have to build yourself. And as long as you keep doing it, things are gonna come to you. Not you chasing the things, right? It's all backwards, guys. Like, you don't have to do things or seek things from people to feel in a certain way. You have to be it first. And as long as you build yourself, you can be, right? expect less from people, demand from your demand expect less from people, demand more from yourself, and keep doing the work. The mindset work, the physical work, the inner work. It's all gonna pay off. It's a gateway to a better life. Love you all.